What really happened in tonight's episode of Doctor Who? Well, we have been talking about over the past couple weeks of how crazy the storyline is with Doctor Who Flux and how I really have enjoyed it. And tonight, I almost was about to eat those words for a little bit because the first half of this episode was so crazy and the way they were decided to do this storytelling that I honestly was about to be like, oh, this is bad. But as the episode unwound and you got to really develop what was going on, you got to sense the pieces start connecting, and honestly, it paid off. It honestly paid off, and it was honestly a really well done episode. Yes, there are some flaws. The storytelling at the beginning, like I said, it can lose some people. And I understand why some people are saying that this is not a very good episode. But if you take a step back, you look at it, you really have an interesting storyline taking place. If we see this after all 6 episodes have released, and maybe the specials, I don't know how the specials are going to tie into this, but after all 6 episodes, you take a step back and you watch it all the way through, be able to connect some dots, be able to put the pieces together and really see what this story is. I mean, you have so many pieces with Vendor. You have the Daleks, you got the Cybermen with that whole side thing that we got little moments of here and there throughout the episode. With the whole Doctor's past thing, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's definitely something new for Doctor Who. It is something new for Doctor Who. I'm not going to be the ones to overly criticize that whole Joe Doctor, the whole Doctor not knowing her past deal. Like, it is what it is. It happened. It's part of canon now. Let's move forward. Let's see what we can do going forward with all the Doctor's storytelling. Jodie Whittaker tonight. We didn't really get to see as much of her as I would have liked, but when it counted, there at the end arguing with that old lady who, we really don't have any idea who she is, the emotion was coming out. Just her in the time stream. I liked the little ghost effect they had going on with the Doctor trying to pull people from their timeline. It was interesting. I really wanted to know what was going on in the Doctor's world. Like, the whole attitude that the Joe Doctor had is so interesting and different than what we've had of David Tennant and Peter Capaldi and all the Doctors of the past. It's very much of a more stern. It gives me some War Doctor type vibes. Like, that Doctor almost seems like the one that would have been during the whole war. I wish the beginning of the episode was a little bit more linear than what we got, especially if you take it to the last half of the episode and how, while it wasn't 100% linear, you were still able to follow it better than you were the first half. That is really my biggest complaint with tonight's episode. I felt like they could have been able to really break that one down more and expand upon the story, but out confusing the viewers. And I think that's the biggest part that will lose people when they watch this episode. The whole Weeping Angel, I've been waiting for that episode next week. I've been waiting. The Weeping Angel is one of my favorite Doctor Who villains, and just getting a glimpse of it through the camera phone again, it ties back to an image of an angel. It's an angel from way back with Matt Smith and Amy. I just love those little tiebacks and those little moments, little things. Little things is all I ask for with Doctor Who. I mean, back when the Kablam Man showed up with a fez, like, those were the little things that really make Doctor Who worth it. These little Easter eggs. Do I think this was the best episode? Honestly, I think this was probably the weaker episode of the 3. That if you get through the first half, you'll enjoy it better, but that first half will really take you back. I give this episode 8.5 out of 10, and check out my other Doctor Who videos right over here.